Hey, what's up, everybody? It's DJ Keo, and um, let's talk about this. I put up a poll on my community page on YouTube, and I was asking the question: do you think that Serato is becoming complacent? Now, I left the poll open because I want to hear people's feedback. Like, I don't have the answer to it. I'm not saying one way or the other. And this is definitely not clickbait. The purpose of this is like I want to have the dialogue. I want to talk about it. And I want to talk about it with other DJs who've been using the platform. I've been on Serato since SL1, original SL1 box. I've been on it for a minute. I'm not new to it. I've been from Serato Scratch Live all the way back, way back. I've been using it. I like it. I've been using it for a long time. I have positive feelings about the DJ system, the DVS system, and I don't think it's a asking questions like this doesn't come off as bashing or trying to be negative. I just think it's an interesting topic to have. So the reason why I was thinking about this is that we've just had a major Serato update, and I made a video about that. I think last week or a week or two ago, and there's a couple things that is like a nipping away at me when I was putting the video together. That's why it kind of made me think about this. And I'm kind of curious what you guys think about it. First thing that I noticed is that streaming services like Tidal or whatever, the integration into Serato is not as good as other DJ services. And I say services because they're renting this stuff now. Let's be real here. But so DJ programs, DJ apps, Tidal is bare bones, and it's just search. And here's the thing where your search is, and you can put your playlist there in that little section. Rekordbox adds all the information from all their other playlists, even stuff that you hadn't subscribed to, like their top 10 lists and stuff like that. It's all in there. You don't have to do anything special like that. All that's there for you. You get what you get from the app on your phone, whereas the Serato version is just the search. There's nothing else to it. It's just bare bones. I think about like the Beat Source, the file locker thing. A similar situation. Beat Source had file locker on Rekordbox. Serato just got around to it just now, and the it's still in beta. It ain't even finished yet. You think about things like the update to Big Sur. Serato was the last one to do the update to Big Sur. Now, I think that they made the conscious decision to, rather than do an incremental update and then a big update, they were like, we'll just put everything all together in one. For a lot of DJs that are dependent on this thing, I think that when it's ready, it should go out. I'm sorry. I come from that philosophy of if it's ready, put it out. It's not a big deal for DJs to do update on their laptop. Like, everybody's got fast internet. It literally updates take 5-10 minutes. I would prefer if the DJ software was similar to how Windows is doing things now, where there's a major update in the spring and in the fall, and then the minor software updates to fix bugs and that kind of stuff, that just comes out. That just goes. Like, whenever it's ready, if it's a major thing, some kind of 0-day security bug or whatever, like, they just pop that out immediately. You don't have to wait for the major update. And this is the thing that happened to Traktor. Traktor was, well, we'll just give it out with the full update rather than like put this thing out right now. People need this thing right now. Serato seems to be, and this is my opinion, all right? I wouldn't say that this is exactly fact. You get the feeling that Serato is kind of pushing things back for major updates, and kind of that's where the complacent argument comes from. Traktor did the same thing, and we know where they are right now. Traktor also did another thing that Serato seems to be doing, and it worked out terribly for them. In the instance of Traktor Traktor came out first and Serato was on their tail, and the Serato just took over because Serato was doing the things that Traktor wasn't doing. Faster updates, listening to the audience, fixing things that people have been asking for, that kind of thing. Traktor was just like, yeah, whatever, this is what we're doing. We'll get to it. Serato seems to be in the same spot, and Rekordbox is nipping on their heels. And I gotta be honest, I made a video last week about it. Rekordbox is at 30% market share. Serato's at 33% market share. Rekordbox did a jump from last year up until this point, and there's no signs of it slowing down. And they're leveraging everything at their disposal, all the gear they make. And these are things that Serato doesn't make gear. Serato licenses gear to Rain, and they got partnerships and stuff like that, but Serato physically doesn't make gear themselves. You know, that's something that Native Instruments had over them. But Rekordbox has the number one gear maker around the world. They have a large platform. They can just throw out 18 different variations of, you know, the RB400, whatever. Like, it's one of these tiny dinky controller. They have a gold version. They got a silver version. They got a whatever version. They can knock that out and just add the license to their thing, and boom, number one. And I think that's what they're doing right now. That thing about them licensing and doing the $9.99 or whatever it is, I think that pushed them over the hump, and they're going to take over because of it. Now, I don't think this is a question of Serato doesn't have hardware, because that's not true at all. Serato has more hardware available to it than any other platform. It's the go-to. But I think that people look at Serato when it comes to complacency, and I think they're looking at the software and not the hardware or gear or anything like that. I think most Serato updates are safe. I gotta be honest. That's what it looks like. A lot of the updates that they do is safe and does the bare minimum of what they need to do to maintain their control. And the risk-taking side of Serato is they got the slippers up on the sofa. They're reading the newspaper. They're just chilling. Everybody else is gunning for their neck. So you have virtual DJ doing their stems type thing. Algorithm DJs doing their stems thing. Rekordbox is leveraging their hardware. They're doing all this kind of stuff. Traktor's still alive. Trapper's got blood throwing through his veins right now. And based on that survey, it looks like the company that invested them is like, oh, wait, we got something good here. What are you doing here? Let's just try and do something with this. So, you know, who knows what happens in the next 2 years with Traktor. Traktor can make a resurgence and pull away shares from them. Like, who knows? I think that this market share is volatile, and it changes drastically depending on the gear that's released and depending on new features. This kind of stuff makes the market volatile. A couple years ago, I think Serato was up in the 40% market share or something insane. Like, they dominated this thing, and everybody else was crumbs at the bottom of this. And that's not the case now. We got an A1 and an A2 fighting over position here. And I'm telling you, they may come out with the numbers and show you, but Rekordbox is going to take over before the end of this year. Mark my words. Especially if Serato is going to continue to just do bug fixes and basic things. Their lead is not guaranteed. And that's my feeling about it. But I'm curious to see what you guys think about this. Like, do you agree? Do you think that overall Serato is just sleeping at the wheel the way Traktor was? I mean, the parallels are eerie, man. Parallels are real eerie between these two companies. And the focus on production and being complacent with the software side. Put your cards on the table. What has Serato done as far as new features within the last 2 years that you're like, oh, I ain't going nowhere. I got to stay with this. This is it. This is why these guys are number one. Be honest, like, leave the comment below. Let me know. I can't think of anything that I'm like, yo, Serato did this crazy thing, and this is why these guys are number one. I honestly cannot think of a major thing that did that. Now, and again, this is my personal opinion, and I think other DJs agree with me because this is not an attack on Serato. Serato's great. I use it. I paid for it. Serato's great. But this is a situation with, especially with these companies, where you cannot be asleep at the wheel. These smaller companies are gunning for you. They're gunning for you. And then you have this behemoth breathing down your neck with all the money in the world and all the hardware in the world gunning for you. So this is why I say I think that their days is number one is very it's gonna be tested this year for sure. And maybe even I think it's gonna be overtaken. I put my money on the line here. I put my money where my mouth is. I said it. They're gonna be overtaken by Rekordbox. And when that happens, Rekordbox is gonna leverage and bully the industry in a way people have not seen. Also, Rekordbox, send me some gear. But dude, I'll sell out. I don't care. I should take that out. I'm just telling you. I believe this, and based on the response from my Rekordbox video, and based on the response from my poll, and based on the response from the digital DJ tip survey, all signs are leading towards this. But you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know what you guys think about this below. If you want to support the channel, you can buy something from my t-shirt shop, teespring.com, DJ Keo store. And thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and peace out.